Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back with another episode of Hearthstone. We just have a little bit of work to do. We need to get 2 victories with the Paladin and Warrior and destroy 9 minions. Almost certainly we're going to get that done. Almost certainly we're going to get that done in less than 5 games. So this might be another quick episode. I don't have time to in this day to friend people, plus none of my friends are on right now, so there's nothing really more to do. I still have to do 3 Blackrock Mountain, no, not 3, 5 Blackrock Mountain episodes.
I will fight with honor. Justice
today
demands retribution.
And because of all of that, we'll be doing a lot of Hearthstone. Lots and lots of it. Plus I have a lot of other stuff I have to do not YouTube related today. So it is a very busy day. I certainly do not appreciate the way April has, every Thursday in April has become Hearthstone Day, because I usually have something to do on Thursdays. And so now every Thursday in April has become, you have not enough time to do all the things you need to get done, and that sucks. It just sucks. There really is no other way to put it. Let's see, put this down. Could damage my own guy, but I'll just hit the face. So I like the Mana Wraith here strategy with the Murloc deck because it just gives you time. I find the Murloc deck is best used when you have a lot of it, which sometimes means you can win on your 4th turn, and sometimes means that you need to wait. Let's see. Just wait it out and wait until you have enough mana to summon several of these guys all at once. That's kind of where the Cold Light Oracle helps too. So if you play this, or 1 or 2 of these, and you get 4 more Murlocs, and you'll be set. When you have a couple of these on deck, and then a couple of the ones that make all the guys +3, +2, +3 attack, +2 health, and then you can play the Cold Light Seer, raises everybody's health a lot too. You can get very, very powerful, 7 very powerful Murlocs on your board real fast. Changes attack back to 1. That sucks.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Now they may not bother to kill this one. Let's see. Divine Shield here. Is that what this is called? No. Shielded Minibot is the name of it. Is a pretty good card to have with my Kel'Thuzad strategy. I'm not sure having the Kel'Thuzad strategy works well enough in the Murloc deck or anywhere really, but it works the best in this deck compared to anything else. And the reason why it works with Kel'Thuzad is it just dies and then comes back with Divine Shield.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
That's almost not that useful when I think about it, because everything comes back with Kel'Thuzad if it dies. So, probably not worth it. If that'd probably be my first card to change. But almost certainly not going to bother to change this deck until we are ready to, let's see, silence this guy. Put a little defensive maneuver in there.
Job's done.
So it looks like next turn I could probably summon this guy, and then this guy, and that would be 6. So yeah. With Kelthus Odd, you can even bring back these noble sacrifice 2/1 defenders. And then they have an interesting sound when they attack, where they go, "I live," because they're not supposed to ever survive. There's without Kelthus Odd, that guy always dies. Isn't supposed to come back. So it's kind of like an Easter eggy type thing. Alright, here we go. Summon this. Summon this.
Job's done.
And there we go. So that was a 1-2 that is now a 5-4. All I really need to do is survive and do 16 damage.
Behold,
There's 7
the might of Stormwind.
plus this. Let's see, how much is it? 7, 11, 13. It's not good. I think we're gonna have to get rid of Kelthus Odd. Throw Kelthus Odd out there and save ourselves some damage. That's fine. Trick here, Murloc Tindercaller, Tidecaller. You want him to die first if you have Kelthus Odd out there. Oh, that sucks. So we'll do Kelthus Odd.
Soldiers of the cold dark.
Kill this guy.
Obey the call of Kelthus.
Now they'll probably use both their guys to kill this guy, which stinks. But I think it brings. I'll have a slight advantage, but not a lot. Look at all the cards in his hand. Right, so that's almost enough now to kill Kelthus Odd by itself. And actually, that was more than enough to win the game right then and there. So I don't know what he's doing. Let's see. Shield.
Reporting for duty.
Kill this guy.
For justice.
Smash him in the face. And then put this guy in.
Job's done.
Why not? So if he makes the same mistake again, he'll lose. But I don't see why he would make that mistake.
Well played.
He could have won a turn earlier. And this is really a thing I have to wonder about myself. Are there a lot of situations where I just don't see the solution and I lose because of that? I don't know. How would I know? Only by observant viewers, people who telling me you could have won that game if you'd done this, this, or this. That's really the only way I'd be able to tell. So if you see that I could have won and I lost, let me know. That would be a very teachable moment, as it were. That would be a great point where I could become a better player. Because I see it all the time in other players. It becomes, when you see the solution and they don't, it's so blatantly obvious. But when but for the other player, they don't see it at all. They're so focused on like board control that they don't realize if they just attack the face, they'd be fine. I'm starting to really like this idea of doing a tutorial on every card. But then that kind of puts me in this position where I would do it right before I rebuilt any of the decks. I might do it though. I might just try it out and see what I can get out of it. And it would be a weird recording. It would be a lot of editing, a lot of button presses on my part. Oh no, terrible button presses. It would be just start this recording, record it, go to the next one. Stop the recording, go to the next card, start this recording, record it, go to the next one. And I only could do it on cards that I have now, so it would be an incomplete tutorial on every single card. But I think that then I could do some upkeep on it for sure. I could say every time I get a new card, go in there and do another tutorial. And I think it might get me views, and that's what it's all about on YouTube, is getting all the views, as many views as possible. So yeah, I was thinking of a hunter deck last time when I was instead of a warrior deck. These two characters merge together in my mind. It's like, oh yeah, there is a hunter and warrior. If they could change the art on one of them so that they weren't just also brown. It's pretty different here, but it's still hard to remember. I don't know if this is worth it to be a weapon like that, but I'll do it. My deck here is so reliant on that one character. That one character. Can attack in the turn. Don't want to damage my own guys for no reason. Yeah, this Berserker. It is my deck is so reliant on this Berserker. It's insane. And it doesn't even work that much. I need to throw out probably all my cards on this deck. I'll probably keep Mana Wraith. I love Mana Wraith in all my decks. A lot of these elements are gone. I need a whole new strategy. Alright. Let's do... this.
Special delivery!
Alright, then let's do this. Okay. I guess that works. Pretty good anyways. And we can next turn do this. And maybe this. In fact, we might even win next time. Let's see. 8 plus 3 is 11 plus 13, 14, 14, and 5 would be 19. Wow. 2 cards to get rid of that guy. Let's see. Do I want to get rid of... keep this guy alive, or keep this guy alive? Do I want to spend that on anybody, really? Let's do this, and this, attack, attack, attack.
Job's done.
End our turn. Let's see, 16, 13. Let's play this and play this. Keep attacking the face. Should be able to survive this next attack, next turn, and win. Good. How could I do it? Let's see. If I go through all the cards that are available in just the if I do tutorials on all the cards for just the characters, then that would be considerably less cards than doing the normal ones. So I could probably bang those out in a day and see if they get those out there and see if that only need one more victory. See if that gets me a lot of views, and then from that point I think I could probably slowly work on the neutral cards. Yeah, I think that would work. And do I want to... I'm probably just going to dump them out as soon as I make them. So there probably will be starts and spurts on that one. Just when I make a new one, put a...
You asked for it.
I'll do it. And I won't do any intros. I won't do anything at all. I think on this, I think I'm going to try for like 2-minute episodes each, just as fast as possible. It's gonna be like reading out of the dictionary is what I'm thinking. I'm just gonna say Mana Wraith. The Mana Wraith is a 2-mana minion that causes all minions to cost. It has an ability that where all minions cost 1 more mana. It has 2 attack and 2 health. And that's... And then I'll probably go Mana Wraith.
Job's done.
And that'll be about it. Do I want to protect this guy? I think I do. Smash the face. So I've got 4 Murlocs here. By the time he's finally gets rid of the Mana Wraith, I'll be probably ready. Excuse me, sorry. I don't know if I'm ever gonna fix the cough sneeze thing. Getting an actual physical button to see, why'd he decide to kill that guy is the question. To getting an actual button to turn off and mute and properly mute the mic, a new microphone, might just be beyond what I'm capable of doing. Because almost certainly all of those are going to be connected to a XLR connector, a standard connector for audio equipment, which is not like a USB thing, which I was just gonna get a USB thing just to say. So you're probably always gonna hear me cough and sneeze and all that. Sorry. Tis life in a lot of ways. This is just real life. This is just me living real life, if you can call being a YouTuber living real life, which a lot of people try to argue you can't. But I have to always start. There's just a ton of work. If you're a parent and your kid said they wanted to put videos on YouTube of them playing video games and be a YouTuber, you need to really think back of like how often they're playing video games. And frankly, if they're playing as much video games as I used to play as a kid, then you're probably not being a very good parent. So you might want to consider that too. It might just be a whole situation of, you know, maybe you should not. You should have them have a more diversity in their entertainment. But if they love it and they have a great passion for it, maybe you do go with it. I would like to be generous and say that I think my parents saw that I had skill and passion for my video games, but our honesty just overrides any compassion there and says no. They just didn't care. They just wanted me out of their hair. So I gained a skill and a career possibly here because I was allowed to do something most kids probably shouldn't be allowed to do. But my point on that is, if your kid only plays like an hour a week, he's not playing enough video games to be YouTube. And then there is also a thought, if they want to put the videos on YouTube, and they're under 18, 16, 17, there's so much risk. There's so much risk of trolling and all that, them saying something or videoing something if they have access to a camera and all that. I would say the proper adult way to do it would be make them unlisted so that they can email their friends their videos. Have the parent be the controller of the account and the owner of the account, and at any time the parent can take it apart and just delete the entire account without notice, and make that very apparent to the kid. Parents, you're gonna have to get used to content ID matches. You're gonna have to get used to copyright strikes, even if they're unlisted. There's a lot of work that a parent would have to do to do this. But if you were a great parent and wanted to support your kid, and if they really wanted that to be their career, that would be cool. But you you'd have to be very involved in it. And you're gonna probably have to watch every single video your kid plays, so then you're gonna be watching them play video games a lot. And so you're probably gonna be a little irritated on what games they're actually playing. It's almost always to say don't. Or tell them they can make videos, but they can't share it with anybody until they're 18, which they're not gonna like that, and they're gonna try and weasel a way around that real fast. At that point, it's almost like saying, well, I'm gonna record you playing for video scrapbooking, and then the parent secretly is putting them on YouTube. It's almost really for young kids. I'm almost willing to say, for just generally for everybody, it's probably better just to let them play video games themselves. The whole Xbox One and PS4 share stuff, that's a whole different thing. But
You require my assistance?
maybe you want to enable that, maybe you don't. But doing it on YouTube, I don't see how it'd be a smart idea. I think a parent could secretly have them record it and upload it, but then the parent is doing all this in secrecy, and the kid is gonna wonder, is like, why does he have to run OBS or whatever recording software before he plays? It's just not gonna make any sense to the kid. But yeah, I'd say if you were gonna do it, the parent has to run the YouTube stuff and just teach the kid to press a key to record and a key to stop recording, and that's it. Now, if your kid doesn't talk a lot, I could see this being an avenue to getting them to talk, because you can certainly tell that I just talk non-stop when playing video games and commenting and making episodes, and so this might be a great way to improve their verbalism. But there probably are some better ways too. But yeah, I don't see how it's a great idea. Come on, how many games have we played? Is this game 5? I think we're just gonna keep going. I think we're just gonna keep going until we get that last victory. Come on, victory. We need ya. Now that, I'm talking young kids too. If your kid is 16 or 17, I think they can handle it. I think you probably need to
You asked for it.
to be like, you need to research which games let you do Let's Play. So there's a website called We Let's Play. So if you Google that, you should be able to find it. And it has this chart of companies that have in their terms of service that say that you have the ability to Let's Play. And do only those games. That way, when you get content ID strikes, which you will, not strikes but matches. There are two things: copyright strikes and content ID matches, and they're very different, and people confuse them all the time. But when you get content ID matches, you can dispute them, as you should, saying, I have written permission right here in the terms of service. Here's the link. Go check it out. And do that. You need to only play those games, which that's a limited amount of games. That is not every single new game. If they want to do a new game, they are going to have the ability and effort to ask for permission, and And a lot of game companies will say yes, and some game companies will say no. Nintendo is out the window. Nintendo's policy right now is just ridiculous. It is the most retarded thing ever. And anybody who's putting up YouTube Nintendo things is not doing it through Nintendo's content share program, that ridiculousness that they have put out there. And it is very possible that everybody who's doing Nintendo stuff is getting content ID matched, and so all of them, their ad revenue is going to Nintendo, and people just love Nintendo so much that they're like, well, whatever, I'll make video after video of this game, which is still probably a better system. Is still probably a better system to allow Nintendo to catch and take all your money from your Nintendo series just to get viewers to take you to other series than it is to go to Nintendo's program and follow the ridiculous rules they want, which say you can't have anything but the Nintendo games that they've listed, and that is a tiny list on your channel at all. So ridiculous. You would have to, the only way it makes sense is if you go make a second channel that is just Nintendo games, and then your second channel doesn't get as many views as your first channel, and it just becomes this ridiculous cycle. Nintendo just doesn't understand how the internet works. Apparently, YouTube works. They've got lawyers telling them something. It's a very Japanese mentality. They've got lawyers telling them that if they don't act draconianly, I'm sure they think they're going to lose their copyright, which would never happen. So, Nintendo games are just don't even try. Don't even bother. And then, so the 16-year-old would have to know it's going to be a lot of work, and it's going to be no money for a very long time. And honestly, I'm not sure it's really a career path you'd want to suggest to your kids. You'd have to know your kid. You'd have to just go, this kid is just not going to succeed or be happy doing a 9-to-5 job. That's just not something that's even within the realm of what's going to make them happy, or what they'll succeed in. Honestly, for me, that is certainly true. Every job I've had it's been like, well, I'm not happy and I'm not super successful. And I've heard it from other YouTubers. I heard another YouTuber that they said before they started YouTubing, there wasn't a job they had where at some point they had broken down and cried. And that was a male too. I hate to be sexist. I think I've said this exact sentence before. But it's just ridiculous. Some people just don't work that well in the standard job environment where there's a boss and you have to play all these office politics and you have to kowtow to the boss and do all that. That's not to say some people really like working in jobs like that. Almost everybody hates them. I will grant everyone that. But some people just can't take that. It becomes too stressful. It becomes nightmare situations.
For master.
I've been in jobs where I'm telling where I'd talk to coworkers and I'd be like, this is a miserable job, I hate it. And they'd go, this job isn't that bad. I've had a lot worse. And I'm like, well, we're different people, I guess. I mean, I've had people say they love the job they're doing, and it's the exact same thing. And I'm like, how can you love this? This is a nightmare. Plus, on top of that, different people get treated differently in every job. It is just, the truth is that nobody anywhere is ever fair on how they treat people. Everybody has their instant, why didn't I use that first, then attack? That was dumb. Everybody has like their first impressions of people, and that right then and there for most people is exactly how they determine they're going to treat people. And so they treat one person completely different than they treat the next one. I saw a lot of it in one job where one person was the boss's best friend from day one, and then one person was the boss's worst enemy from day one. And it's just first impressions, personal biases, just random combinations of things that even if you asked them, they wouldn't probably be able to explain or give any logic to. It could be something so subconscious, like they were bullied in preschool by somebody that looked like that person. Oh, look at that, I won. Well, I wasn't even thinking of trying, I won. Great news. And I guess it is an admits of failure too if you have a kid that you're starting to see isn't going to succeed in regular society and regular work. So try to keep an eye on that as you're raising them. Try to push them towards the reality that they're going to have to live with, of probably having to work for the rest of their life and being in debt and probably having to go get bachelor's if not master's degrees and thousands of dollars of debt. It's a bad situation, but sometimes life is tough and you have to teach them how to live in a tough world. Anyways, I'll end the conversation there. That's the end of this episode and this recording session. We are done. I still have more work to do today, a lot more work, but we are done with regular Hearthstone. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to support me through fan funding, click on my name Rydo. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. Any amount you donate will be appreciated. If you want to follow me on Twitter or Google Plus or anything else at this point, or friend me on Steam or Battle.net, all that information is down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good